Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory unto the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great milestone who rule well. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Ahmad Bayan coming to you with another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakha Kodash. DJ Trump, everyone, right? It is just a something that a message that he left up there. Basically, going after these museums to basically stop them from speaking, the truth. All right. So before I just read these things here, I'd like to get a script here. This is Berit Mababakasha. This is the book of Romans, chapter 13. And verse 11. It says, and that knowing the time, that is high time, that it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is your salvation nearer than when we believed. Alright? It's high time to wake up out of sleep. Alright? It's high time to get up. Open your eyes. Smell the coffee. Open your eyes and see what really taking place. See who is that devil that is ruling today. Alright? See who is that cruel Lord. Alright? Which is going into who? DJ Trump. Alright? Also known as AKA Nero. Alright? This is who he is. He's that cruel Lord. Alright? He's trying to do what? Hide the truth. The things that we have went through from back then. Alright? The slavery. The slavery that we all went through. Alright? We Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians today. Alright? This is what Trump did say. He says the museums throughout Washington, but all over the country are essentially the last remaining segment of woke, right? The Smithsonian Salakia. Yes, Salakias. The Smithsonian is out of control. Right? It says where everything discussed is how horrible our country is, you ain't like how other people speaking bad about, Babylon the Great, which is not no nice place, which is a very wicked place, which is like a dump. Alright? All those people who like to play, they calling themselves proud Americans. Alright? That place is a shithole. It says how bad slavery was and how unaccomplished the downtrodden have been. Nothing about success, nothing about brightness, nothing about the future. We are not going to allow this to happen. And I have instructed my attorneys to go through the museums and start the extract same process that has been done with colleges and universities where tremendous progress has been made. This country cannot be woke. You see what he's saying here? This country cannot be woke because woke is broke. We have the hottest country in the world. Hey, if Trump only know what he's saying here, America is going to be the hottest country very soon. All right, after those ICBM missiles come and blow up that place, that place is going to be where that lake of fire is going to be, and they're just showing you here how Yahweh Hashem Yahushai has a sense of humor, because at the end of the day, the Lord had put in these words in his mouth. All right, it says we have the hottest country in the world, right, which soon to be the hottest. All right, wink wink. It says, and we want people to talk about it, including our museum in our museums. All right. So Trump thinks that having people speaking about the slaveries and whatnot, the truth basically. Because these things are not hidden. These things are facts. These things are in front of your eyes every single day. Showing you who these people are. Showing you who our people is. The Israelites. Alright? When you look at the curses in Deuteronomy. Alright? Chapter 28. You read from verse 15. It tell you about the curses. Look at the people who are going through these things right now today. Alright? Even before that. Way before that. Look at those people who was going through those things before. Alright? And still is. You're going to see who is the true biblical people. The ones who went through the slavery. Alright? The ones who was being lynched. Alright? The ones who was being oppressed and so forth. Pay attention to the things that happening to them, to our people, and pay attention to the things that happening to the rich. All right, and you're going to see who is the ones in authority, and you're going to see the ones that are beneath. All right. Let's get this real quick.
E3, yes, 4.
We have some serious news right now. Donald Trump has announced that he has instructed his administration to target museums throughout Washington, D.C. and across the country because they're too woke, that they talk too much about how bad slavery it was, how bad our country is, and how unaccomplished the, quote, downtrodden have been. In a new truth...
And there's the whole thing about Esau, you don't want people to be awoke, all right? He wants everyone to stay in slavery, all right? He wants everyone to be sleeping. He wants to rock you back to sleep. That's what he wants to do, all right? He realizing that, hey, things are reaching to a point right now where, you know, he wants his birthright back. He wants to basically make sure his kingdom continue forever. That's what his inward thoughts are telling him. Alright? But at the end of the day, you know, as the scriptures say, you can't do anything against the truth, but for the truth. Alright? It's 2 Corinthians 13 and verse 8. It says, "So we can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth." Alright? So all these things that Esau trying to do to prevent the truth from coming out there. Alright? He can't do anything against it. You know, because the Lord is the one that is really in control. The Lord is the one that causing all these things to happen and whatnot. Alright? To make this devil show himself. You know? He basically, what? Flexing his muscles. He basically showing you who he really is. Alright? And it's those same people from back in Rome. Alright? The Roman Empire. The Greco-Roman Empire. Alright? Right now we living in what? Rome 2.0. Those same individuals from back then are here today. Alright?
Social post, Trump says that he has instructed his attorneys to go through the museums and start the exact same process that has been done with colleges and universities where tremendous progress has been made. This country cannot...
And this is what they want to do. You know, even the colleges and whatnot, all these books that these people that's be going into colleges and whatnot, you have your parents paying thousands of dollars to send, you know, to send their children to colleges, you know, for some sort of education, you know, basically to just dumb you down. Because most of these books, 99% of these books out there, is a lot of fake news they have out there. They're not giving you the truth. They're telling you lies. They're telling you things that they want you to learn. They want you to believe. Alright? That's why the Bible is the 100% accurate book that it have, history book it have out there. Alright? Because when we breaking down the scriptures and whatnot, you know, many times we will go into what? We will go into prophecy, you know, we will go into the context, and we will give you the history also. Alright? As the big brother Kahan, you know, he speaks about the three pillars. Alright? And these devils, they basically want to hide everything. They want to continue hiding everything, and they coming out bold and saying it.
Cannot be woke because woke is broke. He further said the Smithsonian is out of control, where everything discussed is how horrible our country is, how bad slavery was, and how unaccomplished the downtrodden have been. Folks, this is Donald Trump's attempt at rewriting history in real time, and he's upset that the Smithsonian talks too bad about slavery, apparently.
There are some people saying some comments here. This one say Lisa, she said Lisa in Bloom, she says when the F are people going to wake up, alright? Apparently, you know, a lot of people will not wake up. Some people are still going to believe and trust in these devils. All right. This one says, hide the sins of America. He such erases. History is not woke, it's history. I'm so freaking tired. They talk about the extracting in the hands-made tale, whitewashing history. And that reminds me also, these devils who in power today. These devils who in power today. Job 9 and 24. Salakia, if it is, might be jumping here and there. More or less just kind of ruling with the spirit with this one. Alright, Job 9 and 24, it says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Alright, you realize the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. The wicked is Esau, Edom today, the so-called white man. Alright, right now they play in that Trump card, which is Donald Trump, DJ Trump, aka Nero. Alright, to bring forth a lot of chaos on the earth, to basically anger a lot of people, right? And he doing a good job in doing those things. So they play that card right now, right, for him to bring chaos. And they were going to bring the order out of chaos, right? It says he covered the faces of the judges thereof, right? How he covered the faces of the judges, he basically whitewash the Bible. Alright, First Maccabees chapter 3 and verse 47, it says, then they fasted that day and put on sackcloth and cast ashes upon their heads and rent their clothes and laid open the book of the law wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images. Right? So they basically whitewash the Bible. Alright? The image of the of the saints. Alright, so-called black people. Alright? Back then, our people are what? Full of melanin. Right? We are different shades of brown. We are not black. We are different shades of brown. Right? Even Moab, even the Chinese, back then, they were brown skin. Alright, there wasn't this pale color. Alright? Esau, back then, before he was Esau, before that, he was what? He had melanin in his skin. Alright? And that is how our true power is. That is how Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is. And that is how Yahweh Shai Mashiach is. Alright? Who the world is ignorantly called Jesus Christ. Right? He's a so-called black man from the tribe of Judah. Okay? So all these histories and whatnot, this devil basically tried to hide. Right? And let's just go to the book Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 15. It says, woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. And their works are in the dark. And they say, who seeth us? And who knoweth us? Alright? They're always in the dark. They're always behind closed doors. They're always looking to to hide their wickedness. Alright? But not realizing that the Lord's eyes is 10,000 times brighter than the sun. The Lord sees them and sees everything they do. Alright? Phone had a chime on that one. Alright? The Lord sees everything these devils does. But again, these devils think that they slick. Alright, they want to do what they want to basically hide everything. You know? Think that, you know, what they're doing is for, you know, is for some sort of betterment. But really and truly they're looking to do things for their self. Right? To make sure their kingdom continue forever. Everything that Esau does is to basically benefit himself. Right? So trying to erase history, trying to show that, trying to put people back to sleep and not making people see who they really are. You know, these things that this devil doing is just to really push himself up. It's just for him to keep his kingdom running. Alright? But at the end of the day, it's the Lord will. These things has to happen. This devil, Esau Edom, is a necessary evil on the earth. Alright? He's created crooked. He's created to be the wicked. Alright? Wicked. He's wicked. He's evil. Alright? Everything that is bad, he fit that description. So he is going to continue in his wickedness until the Lord come and take him out. The 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. Excuse me. It says, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition." Right? He's being revealed right now. Alright? Day by day, he's being revealed. Jumping down to verse 7, just for the matter, just for time's sake. Alright, Salakia. Verse 7, it says, "For the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. Only he who now letteth will let, until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth," which is the prophets, alright, which preaching this gospel, alright, pulling down the stronghold, you know, bringing down this devil and exposing him through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. It says, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. The brightness of the Lord coming is those chariots of the Lord. You know, the so-called UFOs, the spaceships. Alright? When you look up in the sky at night, you see little things flying, looking like stars flying in the sky. Those are chariots of the Lord. Right? They're so far up that they just mimic and look like little stars. But when they come down lower, you will see their true beauty, how they shape, how they look. Really and truly, you're just seeing the light from them up there. But when they come down lower, you will see whatever they feel to show you. Alright? When they reveal themselves. Alright? And that time, when the Lord return, and you see all those angels in the skies and whatnot, the big fathership, you know, things are going to look spectacular. You know? is going to be breathtaking. Alright? Some people, their hearts are going to fail them when they see these things coming. Alright? So we're seeing the way things heading right now. We're seeing these devils opening their mouth and saying certain things. You know, basically their tongue are falling upon their own selves. Alright, as the scriptures talk about. Right? So let's wait and see. You know, more chaos, more problems are going to come. So with that, I will say shalom.